Okay, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm doing a Puppet Master update, and this card is actually kind of low-key crazy, especially now because there are so many ways that you can search it and then normal summon it. And with Duke of Demise and Aeroliter, you can send the Puppet Master with Aeroliter and then add it back with Duke of Demise, or you can search it with Triple Nightmare Throne plus Terraforming, so basically 4 copies. Also, there are 3 more copies of Pure Erase Map, so you have 10 copies of the Puppet Master. And now you're seeing that how does this function with Infernity being a deck that relies on having no cards in your hand? Well, that's actually very easy because of one card, and that is Duke Archfiend. Because if you use Usurpation to set the playtime and summon the Archfiend, Archfiend won't trigger because you have a Puppet Master in your hand. But if you special summon the Duke Archfiend with playtime, then you can use the Duke Archfiend to send the Infernity Archfiend to the graveyard, and then tribute of the Duke Archfiend for Puppet Master, and then trigger the Puppet Master. Puppet Master then can bring back 2 Fiends by paying 2000 life points, which is really a broken effect. By the way, the manga version was paying, I think, 1000 life points to bring back 3 monsters, any 3 monsters. Well, this is this only brings back 2 Fiend monsters, but I mean that's still really good. But yeah, and because Puppet Master is a Fiend monster and a level 6 Fiend monster at that, I also decided to play Double Caesar. Yeah, it's super freaking easy to make Double Caesar. You'll see in the replays. In this replay you can see that my hand, it's okay, but Apocalypse plus Telluri is just broken combo. Yeah, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Eris as the Usurpation, then summon the Telluri, use the Usurpation, set the playtime. Yep, go for the Requiem. Requiem, summon the Lacrima. Lacrima use the effect, but my opponent negates the Lacrima with Imperm, which is a good Imperm. It cuts me off the Engraver. But yeah, I can just summon the Duke Archfiend, send the Infernity Archfiend, set the cards, and then use the Puppet Master, pay 2k, special summon Infernity Archfiend and Duke Archfiend, trigger the Infernity Archfiend, the Necromancer, use the sequence. And by the way, you can always shuffle the Duke Archfiend in the deck, so you can always special summon it back to the field with playtime. If you want to use the Puppet Master, that's it. Also, yeah, I didn't even use the Mutiny. Here I summoned the Aeroliter, use the Aeroliter, send the Engraver finally, use the Engraver, yep, make the second Caesar. Yeah, this is just, wow, borderline disgusting. Use the Launcher, Archfiend, grab the Reaper, go for Yama, Necromancer, bring back the Infernity Archfiend, Archfiend, grab the first barrier, go for Soul of Rage, use the Return of the Reaper, bring back the Archfiend, grab the second barrier, and yeah. So 4 negates from Double Wave Hacking Caesar, Abomination, Soul of Rage, Infernity Necromancer, and Infernity Archfiend, plus double barrier and break, plus you have protection from Yama, and so much, and also follow up in Mutiny and Return of the Reaper if any of your Infernity gets outed. So this is so crazy. And by the way, I played that through Imperm. Yeah, and my opponent tries to start with the unleashing of the Sacred Beast, but no, that's definitely not gonna resolve. And yeah, my opponent just scooped. In this game I'm also going first, and this hand it's okay. The problem is that I have to use my normal summon on the, what's its name, the Infernity Archfiend, and that's why I'm running the Dark Beckoning Beast, because Dark Beckoning Beast, I'm not gonna really use Dark Beckoning Beast as a normal summon for another Dark Beckoning Beast. Instead, I'm going to normal summon the Dark Beckoning Beast, add the opening, then add the second Dark Beckoning Beast, and then special summon the Squirmer or Buyo or any other extender. We have like 20 of them basically. Triple Engraver, double Tract, double Squirmer, triple Throne. So yeah, there are so many extenders in this deck that you can just, and here is the way, by the way, how do you get to the second normal summon? It's through Duke of Demise. And yeah, now I have 4 level 6 fiends, by the way, but I want to use the engraver here and also just get into the Yama. So as I was saying, you have so many extenders now that you don't really want to use the Dark Beckoning Beast to normal summon the second Dark Beckoning Beast. You want to use it for the Puppet Master, and that's why you really need so many extenders. And yeah, this deck is just full of them. Yeah, triple usurpation, triple throne, terraforming, Piri race map also, because that adds you the Dark Beckoning Beast, throne. Yeah, so many extenders. And yeah, here is going to be basically the same end board. The only difference is that I don't have the Abomination, but you don't have to have the Abomination. Abomination is just there, you know, to occasionally pop a card on the field. So yeah, double Caesar, Mutiny, Barrier, Break, yeah. In this third game I'm also going first, but the problem is that my opponent has full loss, and that's a very big problem. And here I try to play it as much as possible. So I use the Dark Beckoning Beast, my opponent used the Ash Blossom, summon the Squirmer, yep, they draw 1, use the Apocalypse, discard the second Throne, yep, send the Buyo, use the Buyo, add the Mutiny, use the Foolish, send the Heiress, Heiress is going to add the Usurpation, yep, set the playtime now, yeah, special summon the Infernity Archfiend from the deck. The mistake is that I should have summoned the Infernity Archfiend over here, but it's okay, I can use a Squirmer, but my opponent has a third hand trap, which is Ghost Bell, but that's completely fine. I can just special summon the Duke of Demise, normal summon the Necromancer, go for Abomination, now use the Necromancer, bring back the Infernity Archfiend, yeah, grab the Launcher, go for Yama. I'm only playing one Yama in this build, because here a Yama is here just to have a extender with Producer, and that's why I'm not running double Yama as I do in most of my builds. So Abomination, Soul of Rage, double Barrier, yeah. And also Yama is protection, they use the Unleashing, that's get negated, they use the Raviel, yep, add the Orchestrator. By the way, yeah, this deck is just crazy, especially when you can have cards in your hand in comparison to Infernity, which, yeah, cannot have cards in their hand. Here they use the Uriah, pop my Barrier, I cannot even respond to Uriah, which is, yeah, broken. Here use this Plutonite, banish the field spell, the second field spell, yeah. And here is this Plutonite, banish the Martyr, but yeah, they have so many extenders. Uriah is soft once per turn, by the way. Yeah, crazy. They use the Gustav Max, and yeah, they can just go for the Juggernaut Liebe, attack over the Abomination and the Necromancer, and yeah, OTK. In this game I'm going second, and this was a little bit of a weird game. I'm gonna show you why. Because my opponent is playing White Forest, and they start, of course, with Sylvie, then summon the LZ, then summon the second LZ, yep, then go for Ciela, send the Legend of the Tales of the White Forest, yep, reset it, use it, yep, go for Diabel, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, yep, and here they use the Russia, yep, discard 1, draw 1, reset the Scourge, and here they have 4 cards, and there aren't that great of interruptions, except maybe the Diabel, because Diabel can just summon any Synchro Tuner. And here they let me use the Engraver, which is crazy. Here you summon the Squirmer, then summon the Sequence, they use the Quick Play. Here they use the Diabel in chain to my Sequence, and they use the Silvera to book my Aeroliter, which isn't that big of a problem, but I always like to have as many monsters on the field as possible to, you know, use them for link summoning and such. So here I go for Summon Sorcerer, summon the Engraver, then Puppet Master. Probably shouldn't have summoned the Puppet Master, I should have summoned the Archfiend in this case, but I already had the playtime. to summon the Earth Fiend, so it doesn't really change the thing. Here is the Mutiny. Go for Yama. Use the Reaper. Bring back the Infernity Earth Fiend. Yep. Grab the Necromancer. Use the Duke of Demise. Yep. Normal summon the Necromancer. Go for Soul of Rage. And here I made the misplay where I accidentally clicked between Duke of Demise and the main phase. I shouldn't have went to the battle phase because I would have maybe not OTK'd him, but he would have been very low on life points. But yeah, it really won't matter in the long run because yeah, Archfiend grabs the barrier. Now use the Squirmer. Yeah, go for Adol Goddess. They use the Callby on Engraver, which is okay I guess, but it's actually very late to use it. They use the Scourge to negate my Soul of Rage. I don't know why, but okay I guess. Here I use the Launcher. Bring back the Archfiend and Necromancer. Yep. Use the Archfiend, grab the second barrier. Go for a sequence. Yep. Bring back the Archfiend again and grab the break. So yeah, I have Soul of Rage, double barrier, I have break, I have Mutiny as follow-up, and also Void Apocalypse, which I haven't used. Yeah, and here I use a Soul of Rage to link off the Diabel. Yeah, they reset the tails. I banished the Arciela because I figured that their White Forest Synchro monsters are super important, especially the Arciela. And here they use the Bramble, attack over the Necromancer, but they can just bring back the Necromancer and also reset the Reaper. I use the break, pop the Bramble, Rose Dragon, and here I draw into Usurpation. Use the Reaper, bring back the Infernity Archfiend, use the Usurpation, reset the playtime, use the Duke of Demise, normal summon the Puppet Master, bring back two monsters, yep, Archfiend and Aerial Eater, go for Caesar, use the playtime, summon the Duke Archfiend, yep, send the Ares, grab the third Usurpation, yeah, go for, yeah, the Abalcu, discard the Usurpation, pop the Russia, yep, use the Necromancer, bring back the Archfiend, then use the Engraver, and yeah, this is just like 10k damage, plus Caesar, plus haven't used my barriers. In this game I'm going second, and this deck that I'm playing against is actually kind of degenerate, because it's basically like Witchcrafter, Spellcaster, something like Slop, and they have so many starters in this deck, which is, yeah, crazy. Here they summon the Crowley, now summon the Zoroa, equip the Artemis effect. Yep, normal summon the Zoroa, special summon the Regulus, then summon the Chorozo, use the XYZ, Wicket, send the Matchalil, yeah. Activate the field spell, yep, add the Luna, and here, so far, everything looks okay, right? But yeah, soon it's not going to be okay, and this is going to be a very, very degenerate combo, because they also use the summon sorcerers, but in this case they summoned the Gendo, and yeah, they used it to fuse, then used the Forge Armor in Perfusion. By the way, I have been testing with this card, and this card is so broken in Infernity, but I really have to find some time to actually record the duels with it, and to also upload it. So yeah, they have the Gendo, which reads that face-up attack position monsters on the field cannot activate their effects. Yeah, that basically counters like the whole strategy of mine, because if this Gendo wasn't here, I would have been able to normal summon the Puppet Master and then bring back the two Fiends. But yeah, here I use the Usurpation, but they also have the Fairy Tales, which is a Omni-Negate, right? Yeah, this card is just crazy, and they also have the Fairy Tale Snow. Like, I mean, Fairy Tale Snow isn't broken in this build because it's basically another interruption, but yeah, they have a Omni-Negate, they have Profusion, they had Gendo, right, as a Floodgate. Yeah, just disgusting. Here they use the Celine, bring back the Zoroa, then use the Luna. Luna is, yeah, then Alila, use the synchro now, shuffle the, I don't know, barrier or something. Yeah, they fuse again, and they can attack directly, by the way, which is crazy. And yeah, they don't actually OTK me here, or do we actually? Wait, let me see. Celine, and yeah, they use the snow. Just, yeah, attack over for game. Yeah, this deck is just so freaking degenerate, and I cannot wait when Gendo actually gets banned. And in this game, actually, I think I made a little bit of a mistake with Puppet Master. So here, anyway, use the throne. Yep, normal summon the Dark Beckoning Beast. Use the Dark Beckoning Beast at the opening. Yep, use the opening. And here is the mistake where I use the Dark Beckoning Beast to normal summon the second Dark Beckoning Beast. I shouldn't have done that. Instead, I should have used the Skirmer. Go for, you know, the, what's his name, the Yama or Ripadocus, then use the opening, discard the second Dark Beckoning Beast, then I can freely just normal summon the Puppet Master. And here I discard the opening, which is actually discard the Mutiny, which is a misplay because I didn't need the Dark Beckoning Beast in this case. And here I use the Duke of Demise, tribute over the sequence, and bring back the Engraver and the Squirmer. Go for Caesar, use the Mutiny, activate Mutiny, shuffle Lori and Requiem, go for Aeroliter send Ares effect. Yep, Usurpation. So you can see that even though I did make a little bit of a misplay at the start of the combo, I can still make a lot with it because, yeah, I can just use the Producer, trigger the Yama now, bring back some of the Necromancer, bring back the Archfiend. Archfiend, grab the Launcher, go for Underworld Goddess, use, go for the second Yama. In this build, this was basically my first testing with this variant, and I played double Yama, but later on I cut the second Yama for the second Caesar. Yeah, the second Caesar. And the second Caesar always paid to be so much better because Yama here didn't really do anything. But yeah, my opponent is playing Rescue Ace, and they normal summon the Hydrate. I can just use the Solar Rage. They use the Lifter effect, but I can just use the Caesar, negate it. Yep, they summon the Preventer. Try to negate to book right the Caesar, but nope. They try to use the Preventer, but I can just use the Caesar negate. They use the Turbulence set 3, yep. They use the Rescue, bring back the Summon Sorceress, use the Hydrant, yep, add the Impulse, go for, yeah, the Masquerena, then the Promethean Princess, attack over the Necromancer, use the Yama, bring back the Ares, destroy the Ares, just to add the Usurpation, and I do survive, which is great. And here I use the Lacrima, bring back the Sequence, and now I can just use the Usurpation, reset the playtime, set the Reaper, bring back the Engraver, go for Underworld Goddess again, to use the Impulse to summon the Fire Engine. Here I use the Duke of Demise, banish itself, to add the Puppet Master to my hand so I can use it. And here I use the Sequence to equip onto Engraver, use Engraver, send the Promethean Princess, and yeah, my opponent just surrendered, which is great. And so yeah, here's the deck list again. This deck performed really well, and there aren't that many dead hands because if you don't draw Puppet Master, you can just play like basic Infernity. Yeah, I don't play Tour Guide in this build because of course you don't want to use your normal summon on Tour Guide. You actually want to use it on the Puppet Master, or if you want to use a normal summon, you can use it on Dark Beckoning Beast, and Dark Beckoning Beast can just give you the second normal summon on the Puppet Master. So basically it's like a Dark Beckoning Beast is a Rota, and it's also extender with opening, and it's also there to allow you to normal summon the Puppet Master. So there is so much implications with Dark Beckoning Beast. Also Engraver, Engraver being a level 6 makes, yeah, making Caesar so much easier, but also Puppet Master, as I said, is a level 6 fiend, so it's so easy to make double wave hacking Caesar. You have seen in the duels, but you don't really need to play double Caesar. You can just, you know, cut one Caesar and then play maybe like the second Yama, like I did in the last game. So that's also an option. And here are some suggestions. You can play the Salamangrate Almirage. This card is actually low-key really good for Dark Pecking Beast because Almirage is basically a one-card combo for Dark Pecking Beast, because you normal summon the Dark Pecking Beast, use its effect, add the opening, add the second Dark Pecking Beast, link off the first Dark Pecking Beast for Almirage, then use the opening, discard the second Dark Pecking Beast to bring back the second or first Dark Pecking Beast. Doesn't really matter. And you have a one card combo, one card link 2 monster basically. So you can summon the Yama, you can summon the Espilital Knight. Also you can trigger the Espilital Knight because you have used the link monster. You can also go for Reproducus, you can also go for Producer. Yeah, there's so many options in this deck, and Puppet Master is going to get better and better as the more Fiend support cards we get, because with Usurpation now we have a consistent way to get to a monster to tribute summon, aka Duke Archfiend. And also Duke Archfiend is a way to send the Infernity Archfiend to the graveyard. So with Usurpation and Duke of Demise and Aerial Eater and Summon Sword being legal now, yeah, there's so many ways. Also Soul of Rage plus Producer can add back the Puppet Master with Soul of Rage as well. So yeah, there's so many ways to either add the Puppet Master or special summon it to the field and then bring it back to your hand. Yeah, there's so many ways to abuse the Puppet Master. So yeah, that's it gonna be for this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon and goodbye.